What's happening, guys? My name is Adam, aka Speedy Spectrum, and welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin 2. In the last episode, we returned to the Valley of Repose after several days had passed, and we opened up some new areas, as well as collected a few treasures. For day 10, we will return to the Valley of Repose, but this time around, we're actually going to explore a cave. Fun fact, the Valley of Repose is one of only 2 areas that has 3 caves. The other being the final area that we have yet to unlock, but that can wait for another time. My goal for the day is to collect 1 topside treasure and to explore 1 cave. In order to accomplish both tasks, we will first need the help of 50 yellow Pikmin. Not only that, but we're going to bring out some purples, just in case. Think of them as a little insurance policy. And to top it all off, the remainder of our squadron will be comprised of whites. First things first, let's take down some pellets. That seems like a good place to start. We don't have very many pellets available to us, so I am going to try my best to make sure that all of the pellets we bring back are yellows. This is because we're going to need yellows in order to salvage the next topside treasure. And I figured I might as well increase the population ever so slightly. Oh, both of those pellets just finished sprouting. Very nice indeed. Let's wait until they turn yellow. Excellent. 1 down. And here goes the other one. Most excellent indeed. The reason why I always take 100 Pikmin with me on the surface is because I don't have to spend any time plucking Pikmin from the ground. Time I could be using salvaging treasures or increasing the population. Alright, with all of the pellets recovered, we're going to walk up here because there are now 3 eggs that reside here. And in my previous practice runs, there have always been Mightites emerging from said eggs, but that is not going to happen today. And honestly, I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to bring back those Mightites in order to up the yellow population. Still, it doesn't concern me in the slightest. Our adventure topside is going to be pretty uneventful as a whole, but things will get a lot better once we start exploring the next cave. Trust me on this. The upcoming cave is quite difficult, so I want to be sure that I am good and ready for it. We're going to take the same route we took when searching for that fiery bulblax that we used the purple spray on. However, once we reach the crossroads, we will instead head to the right. And there is a watery blowhog. Not very significant, but he is standing in front of a poisonous wall that is guarding the entrance to the next cave. For now, we need to dismiss the squadron, and we only want to take the white Pikmin with us. No, we don't need any yellows. Actually, yes we do, because I want the yellows to carry back the watery blowhog. Okay, with all of the yellows under our command, let's get to work on this poisonous wall. Now, while Olimar is watching over the whites, Louie has a different task. We're going to take the yellow Pikmin and not the purples because they're not going to help us for the moment. They will later on, though. We're going to head in the same direction we took to reach that fiery bulblax, but we're not going to enter the water this time. Instead, we are going to climb up this slippery, snowy slope and throw the yellows into that gap because they will slide down and run into a treasure. It's got a weight of 25, so we'll need a good amount in order to bring it back. It's a wooden bear carving, believe it or not. Let's check to see how the whites are doing. They're getting there. We only need the purples for the cave, so we can just leave them right here, albeit temporarily. For now, there's really nothing we can do except wait for everyone to bring the goods back to base. Oh, and they just brought back the watery blowhog. I just saw the numbers increase. As for Louie, we can have him head back to base as well. Oh, yep, they just finished. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to leave 10 whites behind. This might be easier once I separate the squadron. Okay. Oh, looks like that's going to have to wait because the yellows brought back the treasure. Most excellent. Worth 160 Pokos, this is the fossilized Ursidae. And I love the name of this treasure because the prefix Ursa means bear, as in Ursa Major, the constellation of the Great Bear, better known as the Big Dipper. But enough astronomy. Right now, we need to make sure that we have 10 whites, and we do. And how many purples do we currently have? We also have 10 purples. Okay. We're going to leave these guys be for now. And we're going to head all the way back to base. I'm fairly certain I had 15 purples in my squadron, so I don't know where the other 5 are. I'm going to take a quick look at the map. Okay, those were the squadrons I left behind. And, oh, yes, they are all at the base. Well, we can change that, because we'll need to do some Pikmin swapping before we enter the upcoming cave. So we're going to whistle everyone back to our side, and first, we're going to return all of the whites back to the ship. The purples can still come with us. We're going to return the yellows to the ship as well. All but only 20 will remain with us. Alright, so far so good. And now, to top everything off, we're going to take out 30 reds. So we have 30 reds, 20 yellows, 15 purples, and 15 whites. I think this should be a good number to take with us to the cave. There is 1 leaf in my squadron, so it's a good thing that we busted all of those eggs earlier, isn't it? All right, we are done here. So now we need to head all the way back up to where we dropped off the purples and the whites, and then we'll get to the cave. It's much easier if we leave them behind for now because this is going to save us a few trips back and forth. There's really nothing much for me to talk about until we get to the cave, but it does take some time to get to, and you'll definitely want to set aside some time using the yellows to bust down that wall. Once again, at the junction, we need to head to the right, where the watery blowhog was, and where our remaining Pikmin are waiting for us. Alright, looks like the gang is all here. So when you are ready, climb up the slope and approach the hole. Interesting. My metal detectors are reacting violently. I can only conclude that there may be some sort of machine below, but that seems illogical. Oh, trust me when I say this. Your guess is completely inaccurate in every sense of the word, Mr. Research Ship or whatever your name is. It is time for us to enter the Subterranean Complex. With a grand total of 9 sublevels, the Subterranean Complex is the largest cave we've discovered as of yet. The majority of sublevels in the cave are metallic, so be extremely careful when handling your Pikmin. The main danger in this cave are the bomb rocks, so watch out for explosions. Several enemies have projectile and explosion-based attacks, including the boss, which makes Pikmin placement especially important here. One last thing. You may want to consider bringing a large squadron of Pikmin with you, because there are plenty of candy pot buds and nectar eggs to be found. Let's begin our adventure in the Subterranean Complex with Sublevel 1. As you can see, Sublevel 1 has a snowy theme, and it is the only sublevel in the cave to have said theme. The first thing we want to do is we need to dismiss our squadron, and we want to take the whites with us. And you can come too if you'd like. There are plenty of poisonous gas pipes around. There are also plenty of snowball orbs around. Not only that, but there are a couple of new enemies that we'll have to keep our eyes on. Might as well go ahead and get rid of you, because you are an annoyance. Wow! Only a squadron of 10 Pikmin and it still went down. I'm impressed! Those snowball orbs were quite a bit weaker than I thought they were. As you can see, the sublevels are getting more and more expansive. And the layouts are getting a lot more convoluted. Now, I don't need to get rid of all of these gas pipes, but it's just going to make things a little bit easier for us in the long run. Plus, there might be some eggs waiting to drop in the corner. Oh! But I don't like it when things like that appear. I suppose this does give us an excuse to talk about the new enemy, the bumbling snitch bug that is floating in front of us. Bumbling snitch bugs are exactly like swooping snitch bugs, except this time the captains have to be careful or they'll get snatched. If that happens, you will need to quickly button mash in order to set yourself free. And that particular bumbling snitch bug is in a bit of an awkward area. You'll want to go after them when they aren't facing your direction, like so, and then swarm them. The process is exactly the same when dealing with the swooping snitch bug. And according to the treasure gauge, we're getting closer to something. In retrospect, I probably should have brought more white Pikmin with me. Fortunately, there are future sublevels to correct that. Now, aside from the bumbling snitch bug, there is one other new enemy that we have not yet encountered. And here it is. This is a hairy bulborb. Hairy bulborbs are just like red bulborbs in the fact that they are adult versions of the snow bulborbs we've been encountering. But aside from the hair on their back, they're pretty much the same as regular red bulborbs. They don't awake earlier like the orange bulborbs do. Oh, thank you for the egg, and also thank you for digging up the treasure. We've got a phone dial, interestingly enough. Not what I would have thought of when I think treasure, but hey, maybe it's valuable on the alien market. Alright, we need to be a little careful because they could run into the snow bulborbs. In fact, I'm just going to take these guys out, just to be safe. And it looks like they brought it back. Our first treasure in the Subterranean Complex is the Nouveau Table. I like that name. I always like that word, nouveau. I like how it's pronounced and I like how it's spelled. I've always had a fascination for words and etymologies because it's so cool learning the history behind them. But more about my hobbies later. Let's go ahead and take out this gas pipe. And next time, I'm going to bring some more white Pikmin with me so they can speed up the process. Oh well, I guess this white Pikmin wants to prove that he is the mightiest of them all. The very definition of the phrase tiny but mighty. Alright, with that gas pipe taken care of, there is a treasure at the top of this stump, but we will need to get rid of you in order to get it. So let's have the purples at the ready. Come on, come on, come on. Die, 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 die. Very nice. I really like having a top-down perspective in these later caves because you don't want to get taken by surprise. Alright, let's go ahead and swarm you. There we have it. And now that the coast is clear, let's go ahead and dig up this treasure. It's a roll of tape, very much like the one we encountered in the White Flower Garden. And you guys are going to take the shortcut. That's nice. And with some luck, they won't run into those snow bulborbs, or maybe they will. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to risk getting caught by that bumbling snitch bug. But keep in mind, the bumbling snitch bug does not target Pikmin, only captains. So as long as you're at a safe distance, they won't go after your Pikmin. You can definitely use that strategy in order to get past any danger zones. And now that the coast is clear, we'll go ahead and... Okay, that snow bulborb somehow phased through the physical structure of the tape roll. You just gotta love that. You just gotta love those technical glitches. Or maybe it's a magic snow bulborb, I don't know. The exhausted super stick. And yes, that was indeed the last treasure to be collected in the sublevel. I know for a fact that I busted an egg close by somewhere. But maybe I don't need it. Right now, the big question is where the heck is the... Oh, there are the nectar. There are the doses of nectar that I opened up earlier. And do we have any... Oh yes, we did have a leaf Pikmin. Well, it doesn't matter now because we can just move on to the next hole. So ignoring the snow bulborbs, let's move on. They magically disappear in a cutscene. I don't know why I sang that sentence, but it doesn't matter. Subterranean Complex, Sublevel 2. From here on out, the sublevels are going to be metallic. Once again, make sure you don't accidentally throw your Pikmin over the edge. This is definitely a cave where you need to be careful in how you handle your Pikmin. And as I mentioned in the pre-cave talk, there are bomb rocks to be found here. Oh boy, are there bomb rocks. But not just ones that appear from the sky and ones that appear on the ground. Oh no, we're going to be dealing with something much worse. I don't think I should have my full squadron to take care of the upcoming hazards. I only want to bring the reds. If I were to lose any Pikmin, I could afford to lose a few reds. one thing you'll want to take care doing is to set off all of the bomb rocks on the ground. That way, your Pikmin won't accidentally attack them by mistake. And very soon, we're going to be encountering, by far, one of the most irritating enemies. There it is! There it is! Meet the careening Dirigibug. These guys are jerks. They are jerks with a capital J. They will produce bomb rocks and throw them on the ground. I know they look totally goofy, but they're actually pretty serious foes. So do not underestimate them. One strategy you can use is usually the Dirigibugs will throw the bomb rocks at a safe enough distance. And that way you won't have to worry about getting blown up. And it doesn't appear that I threw any off the edge by mistake, so 1 down and 2 to go. All right, let's deal with you because you're already low on health. Okay. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! How did I avoid that? I expected the blast to catch one of the Pikmin, but no, it didn't happen. Oh, geez. I did not approach that the correct way. Okay, change of plans. We're going to dismiss the squadron, and we're going to set off some more bomb rocks. Not only are there bomb rocks, but there's also a swooping snitch bug that could cause trouble for us. But of the two, the careening Dirigibug is by far the bigger threat. Oh, jeez, no, that didn't work out. Now, if you're lucky, sometimes you can get the careening Dirigibug to be caught in its own blast. And there is a bit of a delay from when it falls to when you can swarm it. So you can often have the bomb rock explode, then move out of the way and throw them back on the careening Dirigibug to get rid of it. Okay, let's dig up the treasure and let's carry it back to the base. 9 sublevels of pure abject torture. That's the best way I can describe this cave. Although maybe not 9 sublevels, there are quite a few rest areas in between. All right, first treasure of sub-level 2. It's a giant gear. This is the Spirit Flogger. Many of the treasures we will collect in the Subterranean Complex are machine parts. In fact, some of them bear resemblance to the ship parts that Olimar recovered in the first Pikmin game. And I believe he does acknowledge this in one of his journal entries. All right. Ooh. Oh, that swooping snitch bug is in a bit of an awkward area. So what we'll do is we'll lure it away, and then he will fall down, and unfortunately, no. All right. We need to make sure that he is at a safe distance, so that we don't accidentally throw any Pikmin over the edge. That was a bit of a risk, but can we take it out? Well done! All right. I think those are all of the dangers taken care of for now. Something tells me that corner is booby-trapped. Is it? Yep! I called it! I called it. And somehow the treasures are strong enough to survive the bomb rock explosions. Yeah, this is the point in the game where we're going to start seeing a lot more booby traps. And unfortunately for this cave, many of them are rigged with bomb rock. Yet another reason you need to be especially careful. Okay, so far so good. We've got our next treasure here. Worth 100 Pokos, we have the Network Main Brain. I think it's some sort of light bulb or computer processor. Who knows? All right, let's flower everybody up. because we are good to go. I know I've stressed the fact that I don't like taking a squadron of 100 Pikmin in caves. This is the best reason for it. The Subterranean Complex is just littered with traps everywhere, and one careless mistake could end up with you losing your entire squadron. Now, I'm going to finish this video at the conclusion of sub-level 3 of the Subterranean Complex. And this sub-level is also quite difficult. This time around, we have to deal with flame geysers and armored cannon beetles. Now, is there a, Oh, wow. Oh, jeez, there's one right there. Okay, wait a second. I need to test something. Okay! Alright, I can use this to my advantage. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dismiss my squadron, and I'm going to have Olimar keep forcing the armored cannon beetle into a loop. Because his rocks are just going to shatter over and over again. Oh, and there's another one close by. Of course, I should have known things wouldn't be that easy. Alright, whistle everyone out of the way. And again, be extremely careful. Alright, one down and one to go. Now, my only concern is that he might throw some of my Pikmin off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, jeez! He's going to start firing at me. Oh, no. Whoa, that was close. Come on, come on, come on. Take him out. Okay, not quite. But you're just going to throw another boulder. So move out of the way. Man, this guy is really stubborn. So let's go ahead and finish you off once and for all, and that is it. Woo! Not only that, he was carrying a treasure. Make no mistake, that could have ended a lot worse. And let's see if we can take this bolt back. All right, there we go. Thankfully, we're close by the ship, so we don't have to worry about any stray boulders. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and flower some mins up. Worth 60 Pokos. The Super Strong Stabilizer. Bears resemblance to the extraordinary bolt from the first game, if you ask me. The good news about this cave is there are plenty of eggs that contain nectar, so if your Pikmin do get deflowered, it's usually not a big concern. Alright, we've got some flame geysers here, and I need to survey the area a little bit. So we've explored one half, but we still... Oh, there's an armored cannon beetle. Alright, let's dismiss the squadron, and let's only take the purples with us, because they are easily our best weapon against these things. Come on, come on! Excellent! Okay. Another one bites the dust. On second thought, I might also need to take the reds with me because I want to make sure those flame geysers are out of commission, because I don't want the Pikmin walking over them while they're bringing back treasure. And once again, I can run through these things without a care in the world because Olimar is a complete and total boss. I mean, technically he is the boss of Louis. Alright, there is yet another treasure. First things first, let's go ahead and take out this flame geyser. And next, we need to make sure it's not booby-trapped. Knowing our luck, it probably is. Yep! I called it again! I just worry that I'm going to be jinxing myself if that continues. Alright, there we go. Another treasure en route to the ship. And while I'm at it, I'm going to take out this flame geyser because somewhere on this floor is yes! There is an ivory candy pop bud to be found. So let's go ahead and get some more white Pikmin. Not only that, but there's yet another treasure over there. Okay, treasure number 2 in sublevel 3 is the Omega Flywheel. I mentioned this before, but because there are a grand total of 9 sublevels, I am going to split the cave into 3 videos, each tackling 3 sublevels of the cave. Now, since these guys are leaves, I'll obviously have to flower them up, but the nectar is close to the ship, so nothing to worry about in that department. Once this cave is finished, we're going to have a bunch of purple and yellow Pikmin. Alright. We need to find our way to the next hole because that is where the treasure is. And once again, we gotta check for traps. And this one has nothing? Okay. Well, we've got a bunch of whites. Let's have them carry back the treasure. And yes, you're coming too. What is the weight of this treasure? Oh, jeez! Oh, that actually scared me. For a minute there, I thought it was a bomb rock that came down. Alright. Now, let's bring this treasure back for real. Never a dull moment, am I right? Never a dull moment. A giant spring for this treasure. Or a giant spring is this treasure, because that's what it is. I'm gonna have Louie stand by the hole because we're just about ready to go down. After we absorb this treasure, of course. Worth 70 Pokos, the coiled launcher. I guess in Olimar's opinion, it's an amusement park ride. Alright, with all of the treasures obtained, we are ready to head down. Next time on Let's Play Pikmin 2, we are going to continue exploring the Subterranean Complex. See you guys next time.